Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Welsh Esports League. Once again, it's Thursday night. No, it's not. It's Tuesday night. And you know what Tuesday nights mean? It means I don't know the days of the week, but it also means that we're back for more Rainbow Six Siege. I will be Golu Molu, joining us for, well, one half of the duo. And with me, it's the ever wonderful, it's Jude, back again from last week.
Yep, thank you very much for inviting me on again.
And again, the usual format for this week is going to continue on going. So we're going to have two best of one games played between some different teams. The first up tonight, it's going to be the Dragons taking on the Robins. And Jude, we saw a little bit of the Robins last week in their 7-3 loss over to the Goats.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts coming into this one from the side of the Robins specifically?
I think maybe if I was them, look over the match, do a little bit of a VOD review, see what did we do wrong. Let's try and fix that next week and hopefully take the win next week. See if they have done that and maybe they take the win.
And obviously they played their game on Oregon, the same match, well, the same place. We're going to be playing today's matchup against the Dragons, who have had a little bit of an interesting season, haven't played that many games so far. They had a 7-5 loss to the Goats as well. So the Goats taking a couple names here on their victory and their journey back up to the top. But the Dragons also means that, much like the Robins, they'll be fighting out that 4th and 5th place battle just to try and see who's eking underneath the top 3. I mean, look, it should be pretty interesting, right? Both of them have pretty similar seasons so far. Some wins due to certain dropouts or teams not fielding, which sort of has alleviated or made the standings a little bit harder to read initially. But when you figure out, okay, every team's basically got 9 free points, they've all got the 3 points ahead of that to put them at 12. The only team lacking a win outside of that is the Pirates. But, I mean, look, they're very close to each other in the standings.
Yeah. So this week, who are you expecting to win, Golu?
Honestly, this is a bit of a difficult one for me to piece together. The Goats, the Dragons, it was a little while ago. We didn't quite catch that one on the screen, so we're kind of coming in a little bit blind from this Dragons roster. A team that had a little bit going on for them in Season 1, but still weren't one of these top dogs that you're really looking at to win the league. And so I feel like they're in a bit of a similar position to the Robins. I think they're still trying to feel the early game out. And so for both of these teams to be on a map like Oregon, it's going to lean into the sort of defaults. I think if teams can just slow their way into the series, that's where I think they're both going to find the best success. So I'm honestly expecting a couple slow rounds off the rip, just teams feeling each other out, trying to get a gauge for what they want to do. And when we start to calm into it, I think we'll start to see our best Siege come forwards.
Okay, so do you think it's going to be close or it's going to be a battering potentially?
I think this should be a close one. And I've said this in the past and been wrong. Because sometimes there's always a team that comes out swinging. But I think we're going to see a nice little bit of back and forth between these two teams. I think this is one of those ones where you're looking at a potential overtime, especially depending on how these attacks go. Because I have a bad feeling for both of these teams that this could be one of those games where defense really just has a firm control of the game. And you're looking at a 4-2, 5-1 half back-to-back. Pushes that overtime, and whoever gets that side selection is going to have a lot of power.
Yeah, so as you just said then, the defense in the Blast tournament, there was a 69% overall win rate on defense for Oregon. So potentially, whoever's on defense first, maybe taking the first few rounds, maybe 4 rounds potentially here. What's your thoughts on that?
It could be a 2 rounds win. You lose the tertiary site, like you lose the kitchen meeting, for example, and then you win another 2. You're set at 4-1, and it kind of comes down to that 50-50 on the last round. I think it is like you said, going to be one of those ones where you don't really know what to expect until we get into it. But I think that if whoever comes in on the defense first, I believe we actually know who's coming in on the defense first. It is. Give me 2 seconds. Dragons to attack first. So the Robins starting on the defense. They looked all right on their defenses last week. I think we're coming back in again. They did start on kitchen dining, which I thought was interesting. We did see that sort of late pickup for some of the more common sites. So if we see those come out earlier, I think they're going to be off to a good start in this round. And look, fundamentally, there was a couple situations we saw last week where the Robins weren't really spreading themselves out. They weren't taking as much control of the rest of the map as they should have been. And that did give the Goats lots of opportunity to really begin to cramp down onto the site. But the Dragons are going to be a little less quick to pounce on the pressure.
Yeah, I think I said there they may be running a little bit less close to each other this week because it did maybe cause a downfall of their team. So
Yeah.
we may see a few roamers playing less site orientated and hopefully more action.
Yeah, a little bit of early action could be really fun and really entertaining to see. I just don't know what's going to happen with it, right? And there is that sort of doubt. We saw them their basement hold, for example, very boxed in. There was all four members alive at the end of the round they were defending in basement, and you could see the goats putting pressure from multiple sides. And it was one stood inside of the cubby, one stood inside of the laundry rotate, and two in highway. You can't be that boxed in together unnecessarily, right? You've got to make sure that your presence is spread off the site a little bit more, that you are eating into that timer just a little bit more and forcing the attackers to have more things to worry about. You're not just allowing them to very freely walk down laundry stairs or very freely walk down freezer stairs and take control of pillar on the backside as well, because that's what we saw the goats able to do consistently. If they can just apply a little bit more pressure onto the side of the goats, then we will be fine with that. But we've got a little bit of downtime here because we're having a classic Siege technical issue, dude.
Yeah, well,
We have. I mean, it's how it always goes, right? We have
yeah.
another second game coming up later this evening, which I want to say is the Swans playing again. I want to say we're being treated to a little bit of Swans action, taking on the Dragons. So the Dragons have the double feature this week. Last week it was the Robins with the double feature. That's always fun, right? When you get to follow a team throughout the day.
Yeah, we kind of see how they'll react from the first match. See, are they making these same plays, same mistakes potentially, or even making the same amazing plays, and the teams don't know how to counter it.
Yeah, and I think, especially depending on how the maps change up, right? I think Swans are a team that aren't going to give you the very comfortable maps. We saw last week they made the Robins play out their game, or sorry, the Goats play out their game on Chalet, and you could see that there was a little bit of uncertainty there. And I'm sure we're going to see more and more of that as the season goes on, right? It's going to be this continuing case of like Clubhouse banned away, Oregon banned away, maybe even things like Cafe, Chalet, something where if you have really strong mechanical skill and you can just take these one-on-one gunfights very comfortably, I think you're going to have a couple of problems there if you're going up against a team like that. So for both of these teams in our opener tonight, very important for them to take as many points away from it as they can, especially with them being tied in the standings, right? You want to try and leapfrog over. It's a 6-point swing game if you can get that win in regulation.
Yeah, I think taking a loss here is not exactly what you're looking for. Therefore, I think both teams are going to be playing out their best, looking to take the win, and potentially carrying on the season, taking those 3 points every week.
And especially as we start to like draw out towards the end of the season, right? You're starting to reach a couple games in now. You want to just want to tidy things up a little bit. You don't want to leave any points unspoken for. However, we have had a little bit of technical difficulties getting one of our players into the lobby. So while we figure this out, we are going to jump to a very short tech pause. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back with you very, very shortly. We do apologize for this, but we'll have to catch you in just a moment.
change like the weather. You are the devil, you change like the weather. You are the devil, you change like the weather. You are the devil, you change like the weather. You are the devil, you change like the weather. You are the devil, you change like the weather. You are the devil, you change like the weather. You are the devil, you change like the weather. I am my own enemy. You are the devil. Oh, you change like the weather. I am my own enemy. You are the devil. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, we are back in game as well. Oregon Dragons starting on the attack. Robins on that defense. Jude, ban phase. Anything you're expecting to see here?
Well, we did see the Tachanka last time potentially getting banned this week because we know how strong Tachanka was last week. Dokkaebi taking the first ban. We know Dokkaebi's very powerful, being able to take the cams of the opposition.
Just annoying as well, right? Like, you're just chilling in wherever you're playing on the defense, and then suddenly your phone starts ringing, roaming becomes a little bit harder, they start hunting you down, you throw a couple of drones in there, you get caught off, and then you lose those cams, like you said. The Lion being taken away as well. This is interesting to me. Both of those globals not going to be in play. Don't have to worry about them. Jackal's still available, so could be a tool that the Dragons starting out on their attacks look to use. But it's Mirror. Mirror taken away. We're back to the mainline bans here, Jude.
Yeah, I think potentially now could see Cade getting banned. We know how strong Cade is. Potentially banned it. Again, able to stop any hard breaches. Let's see who they pick. Azami. Another strong operator there.
Yeah, I like this ban. I think Azami, annoying, very frustrating to deal with, especially in uncoordinated teams. I think the more coordinated you are as a unit, the easier it is to deal with because you can capitalize on the short windows in those keeper deployments. Or you can try and spread out your pressure to sort of force the keepers to be used in multiple different areas rather than just constantly reinforcing one spot you're looking to take.
Yeah.
But I think it makes sense, right? You just don't want to have to deal with it. Immediately coming up with the Maverick, so you're going to be looking to move that Maverick, much like we saw the Robins do last week, or we saw the Goats do as well. Nexus I'd expect to be inside a tower, probably with Chag, just to help him get that opened up. That's going to give them that pit access. They got the ace. That's your main breach into sight, going in from master bedroom through the walk-in room. This is looking like a pretty standard setup for them here. The Zero is a little bit spicy.
Yeah, well, we know Zero is quite a unique operator. However, very powerful, able to get the cams on either side of the wall, which could potentially be lethal towards the Robins.
Yeah, one of the cheeky ones as well, you can shoot it into the floor. I feel like that's one that's, you know, I don't see as much as I would like to see, because I think it's just really cheeky, really nice to do, especially on Oregon, if you can get it, like, you know, teams always put that same bulletproof camera down. If you can land an Argus cam just underneath that, you can try and shoot it in the side, or shoot it over by the foosball table, you can get any, like, bandits or Cade Claws from pretty far away. The range on it, pretty decent. Not infinite like the shock drone, which obviously, that was such a fun change. I don't know who at Ubisoft just thought that would be a cool thing to do, but it was. Billy, pretty fortunate not to have been shot out walking through the doorway there, and just gonna run through again. No fear in this man, but now we're seeing the Dragons start to move in towards Armory, but caught out by Soapbat Dolphin downstairs below. plenty of setup for him on the roam. And no one from the Dragons is even checking it.
X is now just opening up the hole with Maverick. They might not have heard that, as it is quite quiet. Potentially going to get a huge flank in Attic. Sub again. Another kill.
Just chilling downstairs, and there's very little work being done. A second kill picked up, and triple now for Dolphin, who finally is shut down by Chegg, but Chegg's sitting in the 1 versus 3. The rest of the defenders can fall back. There's still a minute 30, so there's enough time to pull off a clutch situation. Leaving the diffuser, though, could be an interesting one, especially if they start to get control into sight. That could come back to haunt them later on, but a lot of damage dealt onto the smoke, who's trying to challenge from inside a pit. Decides that they will fall back, and using the air jab to buy themselves a little bit of space to play with here. No drones remaining, so going through on this mostly blind, maybe some information being relayed by hidden drones from the team. There's still 6 alive somewhere in the map. But now
To repel up the window here. Falxy knows though. He's waiting patiently.
Oh.
Trying to get a cheeky shot off. Can't hit any, unfortunately. Just takes Chegg to the roof. Not much time left here. 40 seconds for a 1v3.
Double Trace is going through the wall, but still not landing on the target. Still the Keratos in the hands of Falxy, and challenging the doorway back from the foosball table. Chegg, not really a good option to move in from, especially when you see the silhouette underneath the ground as well. You go for that vault, you're getting shot from below, able to get past and move on in, but it's a swing from Falxy. The shots coming in from inside of dorms on the left-hand side as well, that just make it a nightmare situation to try and enter.
Yeah, I think the main cause of that round being lost there. Capcan roaming downstairs. After the first kill, I think probably should have been traded, but gets the triple kill. Unfortunately, they couldn't do anything about him until late on in the round, and then of course Nomad left a 3 versus 1. Sorry.
Now you win the top floor. What's the next option? Well, of course you're gonna go down to the basement. You're gonna collect that next pretty comfortable defensive setup. Still plenty of options for the attack to come in, and already we're seeing Ellen's bringing in the Jackal. Now, Ellis's Jackal, what's this going to do for them? Well, for helping clear out the roam, something that they clearly struggled with in the last round, seeing by how rampant Dolphin was just chilling inside a meeting. I like this change. You still got Chegg on that Nomad, so you've got yourself the tools to try and apply a little bit of pressure. That's also a nice change. What does the defense do? Well, they still got the Capcan. They're still going to have traps all around. And looking at the lineup, you got Mr. Moon on the Alibi, another operator who, if given freedom to run around, that MX Storm doesn't have the 1.5. Still a very scary weapon to be looking at. A little bit of damage onto the Jaeger as they have run out of the prep phase timer. That friendly fire starts to apply again.
Yeah, well, maybe a bit sloppy there. Shouldn't be taking that damage, which potentially could lead to Vivid's death if they take a few bullets, which they could have actually survived with without that damage. See, Vixar just trying to open up the hatches here on the buck, and there it is, the Jaeger, not Jaeger, sorry, Jackal scan. Knows if someone is roaming, they're waiting, they know. There it is. That's the beauty of Jackal. Roma gone. That's going to leave them some freedom here now. They're going to feel a lot more comfortable thinking no one else is going to be roaming upstairs, which they would be correct.
Setting up the air jabs as well, just in case they're wrong, so it's going to get caught off. Dolphin given a lot of opportunity here. They're going to walk in. Came the kill onto the Buck. Tries to swing for the Yana too, but they kind of keep things under control for the time being. Nexus does still fall to Vivid in the background. So that was trying to fight their way down Laundry Stairs. A well-placed nade to try and force back a little bit of the pressure inside of Freezer. Checking for the air jab. Forgets that it must be on their own team. They're the attackers. The ping's coming through onto Vivid, who's now hit the deck, just trying to stay alive in this tight corner. The long line of sight drawn by Chegg, but he's able to skate past it. Two of these attackers now walking down Freezer stairs. They have themselves a rotation into the A bomb site in Laundry, should that be what they want to go for. It is also Haribo with the diffuser, the smoke grenade to give the cover to try and walk on through, but Fauxy holding the long angle, swings for a second, looking for the third as well, who's still in the back of Frieza. The smoke starting to disappear, so the opportunity to cross that freely has gone away. The long angles potentially being drawn, but the Robins have fallen back a little bit, willing to give Haribo just a little bit of space for the time being when they make their approach. Instead, going to fall back all the way. Only 40 seconds left now, Jude.
Yeah, I think Falxy extremely valuable there. Getting 2 enemies. They didn't know where he was. Now Haribo should know if they've called it out. He's going to be careful of there. Looking to rotate here now. They're most likely going to hear that, yeah. Billy with the pre-fire. Knows. Spots him. Going to be calling out to the team now. Potentially looking to double swing.
Ooh, but one was in
Haribo,
favor
good
of
shot
Haribo. Billy finishes it off with a pistol pretty cleanly. But again, another one of these rounds where Robins, given kind of opportunities back, right? They lost out Aroma, a little bit of carelessness in the setup from Chegs on the air jabs. There's no drones watching the flank. You walk into kitchen. You've made yourself so many rotations that you're really just feeding Dolphin up the opportunity to look for lots of lines of sight. And what happens when you draw back into that 3 versus 3? Well, there isn't enough utility left in the pockets of the Dragons to force back these long angles being held, and you can see Falxy very comfortable to wait for the Jackal to push up to the smoke, sees the barrel of the gun, takes the shots, gets the kill. Chegg then feels forced to make something happen to recuperate the loss that they just suffered. Instead, ends up serving himself on a platter to the Cade as well, and now you're stuck in a 1 versus 3 situation. Very unlikely you're going to win. And with really good information set up by the Robins, they're aware of the rotations when you try to make them. They're aware that you're pushing through Frieza if you commit to it. And they're very happy just to sit and wait patiently until that kill will come into their line of sights.
Yeah, we can see here Billy on the Solus. I think they were maybe thinking Jackal is going to come again. So looking to counter, but it doesn't look like they're going to bring Jackal this time. Fuse, Thermite. You know how annoying Fuse can be. With the a possibility of being able to kill people from below or through walls. They know someone's upstairs though, with the drones. Next, just taking his time here, making sure that it's safe to enter first floor.
A little bit of a stall out here. Just kind of waiting to see what the move from the Dragons is going to be. They are being very cautious this time around, making sure there's no one on a roam catching them out. Pit left relatively undefended, which is giving Ellis this wonderful opportunity to walk on through. They have also found the opening pick onto Billy. So you take off the Solace, that information gathering tool denied now to the defense. Falxy up alone, for the time being at least, upstairs. As well, they tried to get reinforcements to come up, but just cut down by Haribo. Now the pre-fire is coming in to try and force Falxy back away. The wall open up, so dropping through this hatch becomes a much harder task. The frag grenade caught out by the magnet. Just trying to fly through the door, trying to force Falxy back, looking for the gunfight against the sledge. A couple traces from the wall, from the door, and eventually will get injured dropping down through the hatch. Vivid coming up behind them, trying to get a pick back, but things are falling apart on side of sight. Was that a fuse cluster charge to finish it off?
Wow, what a round. Now, see the dronage there. The use of the drones gave them all the information they needed. And they managed to take a few kills upstairs. Leaves 2 people on site then. Basically impossible to win in that situation. That was extremely well thought out, well played. And I think Dragons going to try and play just the same again. Find the information and take on it.
It should be noted that is the tertiary site. So you'd expect the attack to win. However, they did do a much better job. Like you said, the drones coming through, giving them that information, taking control of Pit very quickly when they recognized no one was contesting it, pushing back onto Falxy to make sure that he's not going to be this problem inside of Kitchen Above. And by focusing a lot on taking control above to the site first, it just frees up and it gives you that opportunity where, okay, you push back the roamers, look, they got all the kills and it didn't end up mattering. But if they have that control, then opening up the wall from meeting, opening up into site and getting into kitchen to go for that plant, you're denying a lot of the support options, a lot of the crossfire options that the defense would want to hold to prevent the plant going down. So really good prioritization coming in from the Dragons to achieve things in the right order.
Yeah, I think as upstairs when they find that were my really well played. They got, I think, 3 of them all watching similar angles just to try and guarantee at least a trade. And they managed to just get the kill rather than having to trade there. Here they are, 3 people waiting on the balcony. Just looking to use the drones to maybe take out some utility here. Yep, here we go. Gonna take down the bandits. And gonna look to breach now. Billy knows someone is near. Spots one. Haribo taking a bit of damage. Haribo, 1 HP here. Gotta be careful. Good kill there. Taking down the Ayana.
The breach has been opened, but it looks like that doesn't really matter. Ellis trying to stand on it, gets shut down by Dolphin. And now you kind of free up a lot of this pressure, right? The 5 versus 3, you have them starting to walk through pit. Dolphin just grabs a second, double kill on the round now. Just waiting for Jake to try and do anything, still stuck inside of Armory Corridor, the pressure being applied. Nexus has made their way to the end of pit and could look to drop, take a little bit more control in Attic, try to apply that pressure directly into sight. And I'm not sure if the defense know, never mind. Mr. Moon just coming to check it out anyway, finds that kill. Check aware of the pings, you can see it. They know there's a roamer downstairs below, but it doesn't matter. Falxy making his way into classroom swings for that final kill. And once again, Jude, it's just another example of these rounds where the Robins get that early pressure. Things look to fall apart from the side of the Dragons. They don't really know how to move into the next space, how to get to the next part of the checklist. Yeah, they get pit. Okay, we've got the breach open, but with those 2 things, they're unable to get the real pressure on.
Yeah, we see a timeout coming here. Maybe a tactical team talk here. 3-1 down. Not really what you want to be seeing. Gonna be maybe going, maybe we should have done this better. Be careful of the roamer. Gotta be cautious, because obviously with a Solis on hand, being able to play from below, playing for the plant, and being able to take out kills, get a kill on the diffuser, it's gonna be huge. So gotta be careful if they do play Solis again, which they're not looking. It's not looking like they're gonna bring her. Valkyrie obviously extremely powerful. Smoke again, very useful. In terms of being able to stop a plant, stop entry, when how strong he is in the basement.
Yeah, it is interesting to see the Robins, right? They're grabbing this smoke. We saw a bit of that Tachanka last week. The smoke was banned out, so you kind of left in one of these weird situations where you're like, do we forfeit it completely? Do we just take a fresh start at things? Nah, they're just gonna go for it. Grab that smoke, play things simple, keep it clean. And the setup, it's a little bit different to their last defense of this, right? No longer running that cap can. Instead, Dolphin on the Warden. Don't know if they're actively afraid of a Ying or a Glaz. I think it's definitely more just a case of MP5 with a MPX with a 1.5. That thing is just a beast of a weapon. A little bit of a reconstruction work with the revolver here for Falxy, but I'm more interested to see what the change up from the Dragons is here, right? They've got the Habana, so they can go for those hatches. They've got the Osa. Now, is the Osa being deployed in Laundry? Is it being deployed in Bunker to apply that pressure? Either way, Visor very quickly moving through meeting here. No one from the defense on the middle floor this time around.
Yeah, I think, as you just said then about the Osa, potentially going to be using the shield to go for a plant. We did see that last week, but obviously being able to deny it is the difficult part. So we have to see how the Robins do that. Potentially we'll try and keep some smoke for that plant. Trying to get through the hatches here, but been catered off. Good use of utility there, because the meeting hatch It's not where you want to be getting shot from.
Yeah, it does force them to use the EMPs and try and work their way around it, but so far that seems to be sort of causing them a little bit of trouble. Otherwise, they're just able to walk quite freely down into Freezer. Has the support from Haribo now on the Jackal, and potentially has an idea that this one hiding in the back corner by the laundry basket, Vivid could get isolated here as Haribo is able to apply that pressure, does get the kill onto Billy. You take down the smoke, but Moon just walking in the door on the side. Took a couple of seconds to actually line up the shot properly, but they're inside of sight now, and they're just pushing on through. Ellis on the laundry rotation, grabs one more. 3 versus 2, 3 versus 1 now in favor of the attack as Dragons have complete control over this round, but they're going to give up a quick double kill. They're not looking at the rotation. Nexus trying to wrap around the back of the Cade is going to be offered a look at the rear and collect the final kill. Nexus cleaning things up, but that should not have been that close at the end.
Yeah, I think the Cade on the flank, that was huge. But obviously, as they died, they give the call outs and is a free pick. Overall though, I think pretty solid round there for the Dragons.
Yeah, it was a much better job at getting themselves into position and then just following through on it, right? They get 2 players inside of Freezer, 1 inside of Laundry, they spot a gap. They go for it this time. Rather than waiting around and then losing a pick, just holding an angle, they push. They push quickly. And yeah, you get caught off by Moon coming into Freezer doorway, and that could have been a big opportunity for things to go awry. Get a little bit fortunate with the amount of time it takes him to finish off the buck. That opens up the opportunity for the rotation to be made for Haribo to use later on into the round. But otherwise, just the ability to jump, the speed at which, less hesitation. That's what I'm looking for. Less hesitation, and that was brilliant to see.
Going basement again here. Obviously, didn't work out well last time. However, I think they're going to be a lot more careful this time. Got to be cautious. Because obviously, the Valkyrie being able to swing there as they're going for the hard breach. Not what you want to have, hard breacher going down.
4-2 split would be something that they'd be happy with, I think. As you've seen this roam clear come through, a couple of pings to indicate that there's some shenanigans going on this middle floor. The hatch opening will be a certain indicator that there's something going on above. Trying to draw the angle now down into the Oryx, looks away for a split second, but gets the gun back and ready to collect the kill onto Billy, who so far hasn't quite had the impact they would have wanted on this roam. Now you lose that Oryx, someone who's supposed to be causing problems for a really long time and consistently throughout the round. Not going to be a factor. They're mavericking the hatch, investing the EMP, maybe not fully necessary. Nice little bit of Cade work there, just to hide it away as well, so it's in an unexpected position.
Yeah, I think maybe not the smartest play there, opening up the hatch, as I don't think they had any idea that someone was hiding up there. Maybe had he gone down the stairs, would have worked out a bit better for him. Dolphin though, knows his enemies in front of him. Gonna be calling for backup potentially. Using the smokes just to play him into a nicer position here. Taken down though. Nexus with the team kill. Poor communication there. Shouldn't be having that happen. Chegg though takes down Mr. Moon. Dragons with the man advantage here.
Nothing wrong with a little bit of late round information, even if it is sat right in front of your glass screen. We're going to be gathering that, trying to spot it out. I think they're now aware of Vivid hiding in the same corner as last time. Falxy split quite a bit away, but able to win out the gunfight, takes down Haribo on the rear stairs. That's also going to be the diffuser dropped. So these 2 remaining attackers have to find a way to carve through the bomb site, through the 2 defenders that are remaining, but the Trace is going right above Vivid's head, and if he stands up, he's losing it. How do you play out of this corner here, Jude? 40 seconds left, and Chegg's just been injured by the Capcan trap in the doorway that you just completely forgotten about.
Yeah, I think probably wasn't expecting Capcan to have some traps there. Maybe a bit sloppy. Shouldn't be getting taken down by a Capcan trap of all things. And that could actually be the downfall of this round. Nexus just trying to find the first kill. being cautious of the cap cans. Thinks there's an enemy there. Just being slightly careful. Falxy knows though. Gonna be calling out to Vivid. Now 1 versus 1. And there we go. Defense. Falxy. Well played there from the 2 defenders. Cap can traps. That did actually lose them the round. Obviously the first kill with them. And then having to take it down. Given where the position. It's not exactly what you're looking for in a 2 versus 1 scenario.
And now, Robin's 4 rounds on that defense. We kind of talked about this at the start, right, Jude? What happens now? You go on to the attack. Are they going to have a way to find these final 3 rounds, or is it going to be a big stall out into an overtime? I feel like they can. We've seen some attacking success coming out of the Robins. Their game against the Goats, they showed some promise. What do we want to see from them? Well, they've got the Thatcher immediately, so that's going to really help them getting past these mute jammers that Chegg's going to be bringing to chuck on the wall. Quick access to site. If they can split up, get that pit control as well, but actually start to apply that pressure in. You get pit control. I then want to see that being used in tandem with pressure through the main breach and on Trophy Doorway to actually get themselves into the site. Because too many times we saw the Dragons, both opportunities when they were attacking this site, right? They get the breach open, and then they kind of just start dying in Trophy from pressure off on the side, or they just die walking up to the breach because there wasn't that pressure on the side to make it safe to approach, to give them a window to jump through into the site. Bring tools like smoke grenades. They haven't brought smoke grenades to the Robins, but there's going to be opportunities to move in. When those arise, we need to see them jump, take them.
Yeah, I think... Well, we got the Jackal here. I think they're going to be expecting a Roma. Oh! Haribo takes down Billy straight away. That's not great for the Robins. Straight away, a 5 versus 4 within 30 seconds. To enter from the attic. But I don't think they have any hard breaches with them.
Send up a couple claymores. Keep the back safe, always nice to do. Falxy is just waiting to see when the Thatcher's going to be able to help them now. So a bit of patience. There's Vivid. Down below. Selma on the wall. So we're just looking for the EMP now. Just need the EMP to come through now. Then they can start getting the breach. Nexus in a bit of a cheeky spot though.
Fortunately, not to get a kill there on Dolphin. Potentially should have killed him. In a sticky situation though, can't really move out of this spot. They both know he's there. Yep, that's a good kill. Well taken. Although I think Dolphin got away with that one.
Ooh, Vyzen coming very close to taking off the ace with the breach still unopened. That could have been a big kill for them. Still trying to figure out a way to do it, but now just swinging around into pit. Instead, will take down Dolphin, looking to retake that control. The headhut holes giving that line of sight down towards Master Bedroom when the attack starts to move in, but takes a swing and comes very close to finishing off Mr. Moon, who's still trying to make that presence known, who's still trying to gain that space for their team. The ping coming through, just saying, hey guys, there's a Thorn stuck in this corner. We can really try and pinch them, apply some pressure from behind on the wall, but the deployable shield being where it is, giving a nice little amount of cover to the Thorn. That's buying Visor all the time he needs just to continue to waste this clock. 35 seconds is all that's left in this round, and you can see the defense very happy just to sit still.
Yeah, it's a tough situation here for the attackers. Because Mr. Moon knows someone's waiting round the corner for him. There we go, good kill there. Able to take him down. 2 versus 2 now. Looking like it's going to be the defenders taking this one. 2v1. Gonna have to plant soon. Yeah, there we go. That's the round taken for the defenders. I think maybe in the attic, obviously defenders did win. However, could have gotten 2 kills rather than hitting them for like 80-ish damage.
Yeah, I think it's always going to be hard to try and break that control, but you saw them get the kill onto the Melusi, right? and they have that pressure onto Thorn. It's just another example where they're not following through on it. And I don't really know what to say at this point, right? Because we keep seeing them try. They try and push through, but it just doesn't pan out for them. Like, ever. And I don't know what was missing from that attack. I'll be completely honest with you, right? Because it looks like, okay, losing the Yana early on that roam, not ideal. But they get the kill back. They get Melusi. They take down Nexus instead of Attic. They can start to push through. There wasn't the support behind the Buck. If you can support him pushing up, get a refrag on Thorn when they swing back, you take down Visor, you can start to push up. You have Jackal just behind, able to take up that position. You keep moving forward. But it's another example of teams getting stalled out after opening this breach, just getting stuck in Master Bedroom.
Yeah, I think once you get the breach open, you gotta make a move. Because if you don't, I think the defenders have a pretty good chance of taking you down. Obviously with the breach being open, they can just watch through it. Gonna be running to Chanka. We saw that last week. But also running the smoke as well. Moon taken down. Very weak. Taken down HP, sorry, not taken down. Taken down to 20, 30 HP here. Nexus as well.
Oh, Nexus doesn't know there's one more in the corridor. The ping coming through too late from the default camera to keep him alive as Billy swings and grabs the opener kill. Again, we're seeing an Oryx be brought to the table. The job to stall as much time as possible, getting caught out much earlier than you'd want. But Ellis just walks up the staircase, gets a hefty chunk of damage into Dolphin. After taking down Falxy, you remove the hard breacher. There's still the hard breach gadget in the pocket of the Buck, which can be used to open up a little bit. You know, they can get one more hatch with it, which looks like it's going to be the one inside a meeting. But that's a great take for them. Ellis, yes, very low on HP, but still alive, still able to deploy these toxic babes to disrupt. And you're looking at the tools they have available to themselves as well, right? With half the round gone, you've still got 19 of the Shimiko launcher canisters. You've also got the Yokais. So lots of opportunities to stall out the attack if they continue to take too long.
Yeah, I think if they're taking a bit long and they're going to have to plant on 0 seconds, the Yokais could actually come in extremely clutch and actually cancel out the plan, which is maybe what they're looking to do here. As they have been holding off pretty strong here. Ellis obviously getting a lot of damage onto Dolphin. Visor though, getting pressured on elbow.
It looks like they've reinforced elbow off as well, so just playing this position to die on. There's no hard breach charge there. There's no way to get the wall open, but Haribo inside a pillar, holding that crossfire, and with the Chanka, gets the kill onto the Buck, and now can focus their direction towards the rear tower stairs. It looks like it was a Thatcher just waiting around, but Vivid deciding it best to move to the hatch instead, potentially going for this drop. The fire being shot out to continue to try and burn and waste as much of this clock as possible. The last Toxic Babe deployed as well, but it's Chegg from inside a locker just getting a kill. So bad Dolphin walking down to the main stairs. It's able to get two, looking for the third. That will be collected by Vivid. And suddenly, from a 4 versus 2, this round is flipped in control. The Robins in a position here where if they can try and move in for a plant, they can go for it. They didn't have the diffuser, but the swing comes through anyway. And Dolphin just grabs the final kill onto the Chanka. A little bit fortunate to catch him through the smoke there, but you take it.
I think that potentially the Dragons should have played that better. 4 versus 2. There's a limited amount of time left. They know the Robins have to push. And it goes from a 4 versus 2 to 2 versus 1. I don't quite know what happened to them.
It's disrespecting the space inside a laundry, right? You can't just allow 2 remaining players to walk down a laundry and see 3 of you off the bat. They get a kill, 2 kills for free, effectively. The third player challenges it and gets gunned down by Ellis, so, you know, maybe you're able to get the trade out onto Dolphin, but there's 2 of them there, so they have each other covered. And in the 1 versus 2, it's always going to be difficult to play it out. You've got to try and find a way to apply that pressure while the plant's going down. You know, when you're planting, you're effectively a 1 versus 1. Because one of those players has to commit to the plant. But there's enough time where they can come off and they can contest and make it that 2 versus 2. There's a rotation to laundry. They're going to have ways to wrap around behind you. always going to be tough to fight back from. And it was a nice attempt by Visor just to try and chuck down the Shamika launchers, try and apply that pressure, take away some of the potential plant positions. But it was too little too late.
I think maybe they should have been a little bit stronger there on the defense. Maybe using the util a bit more throughout the round to stall it. As we did see, Visor had a lot of fire left at the round there. Oh, quick kill there for Ellis. Take down Billy. We know Billy's been on Buck quite a bit here. Able to just make rotations. And with that getting taken down, potentially going to be costly for the Robins. They know someone is waiting upstairs. Mr. Moon, just careful of the camera. They do know someone is waiting there. Harry gets the kill on Mr. Moon. Maybe should have been a bit more careful there. I think they did see him on the drone. But you got to give it to Haribo. Great shot.
Well, this defense is looking a little bit more comfortable than the last one. Already taken down 2 of these attackers. You've taken down the Jackal, you've taken down the set of hard breach charges in the form of the Buck. They do still have a couple Selmas in the pocket of the Ace, but that's still only one hatch getting opened on up. So you have to ask yourself, as the attacker here, which is the priority going to be? It's going to be that meeting hatch. It makes sense. You want access down into E-Box to help clear out Pillar, to give yourself the option to pressure by dropping down into E-Box to look for a plant later on into the round. With the relocation of utility, this is interesting from Visor. Is very likely to be shot in the back in just a couple seconds, but here's the footsteps on the other side of the barricade, and he's going to readjust their positioning to be on the safe side of the deployable shield.
All 3 rushing in here. Visor's got the fire. Gets taken down though. Huge pick. But another one waiting behind the deployable shield. Nexus cleans up 3 kills. They weren't expecting another person there. And of course, as they're not expecting it, Nexus comes in and kills every single enemy.
I mean, you said it yourself, just not expecting it. You're just not expecting the second player to be waiting so close by in that position. And it cost them dearly. They lose the round because of it, right? You have that point. You've taken out the Tachanka. You're making your way into Elbow. You have one more Summer up. You have the Thatcher. You can open up into Elbow, get that pressure into sight, cut off rotation, start applying the pressure on towards Pillar. No, Nexus just in the right place at the right time. Brilliant little spot to go, yeah, I can be on that deployable shield, but I can take the challenge. And a lovely shot onto the Brava outside the door as well. Nice little flick onto the head. All comes together for them there, and Dragons grab a round, which is very important for them, right? You've got to keep Robins off of that match point if you can, because then you get no opportunity for the mistake. Now, if something goes wrong, if you have just a dreadful round, you've got a little bit of leeway. You are forced to play for that overtime, but it's a little bit of leeway.
I think there with the Tachanka launcher, obviously putting down the fire behind them, they're stuck in the corner, and the Jaeger just takes advantage of that. Gets the Brava, as you said, amazing shot. Ellis though, playing close. Don't think they're going to expect this. Going to try and get a quick kill off here. Yep, there's the first. Has to run away though. Gets out alive somehow.
No way.
Should be getting traded there. I'm not sure.
There's no way that
how he's going away with that.
That's catastrophic is what that is. That should not be working.
Just not droning.
No one nearby Garage to finish off the kill. And with Visor just grabbing another one, I mean, the roam, it's working. Just early aggression is catching Robins off guard, and they're just losing players in silly ways.
Yeah, I think they're going to be really annoyed with themselves there. Shouldn't be losing a teammate literally as the round starts. And if you do, you've got to be taking down the enemy and trade it. Vivid swings in. Visor waiting. Here's the sound cue. Finds another kill onto Falxy. 5 versus 1 now for Mr. Moon. Not looking too promising here. Stuck outside, potentially going to have someone flanking. Doesn't matter. Visor, I think he got 4 kills that round.
Beast just turned up this round, and I mean, we're looking at the situation, right? We're kind of joking about it. Defense going to be that favored side. If teams can't figure out a way to put attacks up, we're looking at that overtime. Hey, we're up 5-5, right? We're getting scarily closer to that mark, and way it's looking with how early this aggression is, Dragons win here. I think they take it 7-5. I think they just follow it through because we're not seeing a response from the Robins. We're not seeing checking on drones in the prep phase for these common spawn peak positions. Yeah, someone standing that close in garage is a bit unexpected, but you should be ready for something like that. You should have someone going, all right, just make sure garage is empty before we walk up to the building. Make sure there's no one just like challenging us on the master bedroom before we just walk up in front of the doorway. These kind of things are things you have to be ready for, and we're not seeing it. They're going up to dining now, so this could be a big opportunity for the Robins, and I'd be interested to see the changes we see to their lineup. I'd expect to see a Thermite make the books here, but it looks like for the time being, things are still holding pretty steady for them.
Yeah, I think as you just said there, in previous rounds, I believe they have been droning into garage. And of course, the one time they don't do it, someone's waiting there. So, I think today has been quite a few poor deaths. Shouldn't be happening. Just because they're not being careful enough. They're not expecting it. And of course, it plays off for them. Droning straight away, that's a good start. We don't want to get taken down straight away again. Because that gives confidence then to the Dragons. If we're just entering here through master bedroom.
Yeah, they know there's one on the run. They can expect someone, and with the run out coming through, that information of the bandit's location will now be well known to them. Checking for the rotation inside of Attic, there isn't one there. So no opportunity to catch Ellis off quite so early. But now with players up inside of Master, up inside of Dorms, they can start to apply the pressure down White Stairs, and that's exactly what Billy's going to do. Grabs the opening pick for them. And now you're looking at these castle barricades limiting a lot of the movement options available to them. Yes, the hatch is reinforced off, but so much of this floor being soft will get opened up for the attack, and it makes it very difficult to play inside of the site itself. That's why you're seeing players moving off into these slightly awkward positions. Ellis has to hold down the corridor, shoot out a Gemini, but now having to fall back away because, well, it's just more information and more drone going over to the attack.
Yeah, I think Ellis, bit unfortunate that was a Gemini. Had he got a real Iona kill there, could have maybe been a little bit safer for them to defend there. Obviously, being able to play from above with the sledge, pretty strong. Oh, there's Billy down, as I was talking about him.
The flanking castle has been dealt with though, and Chegg did get that kill, but he's unable to influence White Stairs from this position with the castle barricade being where it is. Has the potential to disrupt that with the Nitro Cell, but still aware of Vivid applying that pressure outside Small Tower, and a couple pings coming through onto Nexus as well. You have good information on 2 of these defenders. Ellis on that flank though above on the Bandit could be a real problem for them here as Dolphin not expecting a second person to be ready for them. Now they have to go up and recontest these vertical holes they've made. The hesitation to push into security here has been a little bit insane for me because you want to just get in with 27 seconds left, and Falksy just with the diffuser needs to try and move in, go for a gambit on the plant, but the doorway finally deals with the bandit. Ellis coming back down. You can sneak your way right into the back corner of kitchen, and there's nothing the defense can do to directly interfere with you. You're going to have to fight through your teammates who should be given ample cover from the sidelines. Both of them ready at different height levels. Just make sure you don't line up for your opponent. The Nitro Cell goes over the top. The rotation coming through, the barricade being pulled down in security corridor should give good information away, and they're watching towards the security doorway. Mr. Moon and Vivid. Vivid grabs the first onto Nexus. The drop down coming through, but Falksy watching through the rotation, watching through the doorway, grabs the final kill. And the Robins have pushed themselves to match point now.
I think Falksy, that's getting the first kill there, or the third kill, sorry. Extremely important. Being able to then get onto site, get the plant down. Once the plant is down, pretty simple, I think, for them to win there. They had the numbers, and of course, with extra players and the plant down. Almost a certified win there.
It all comes down to potentially this last round. This is the last round of regulation, and it's going to be Laundry Supply. They lost it last time. From the 4 versus 2 on defense. They got the Tachanka, they got the Echo. No smoke this time. Once again, Ellis grabbing the Oryx, wanting to be that roaming presence. How long do they live?
Well, as we've seen so far, not very long. I don't think the Oryx has a very long lifespan in these games.
And that's a little bit worrying, right? We talked about the early aggression. We didn't see any of it really come to bear any fruit in the last round. They didn't get any of these spawn peaks going. It looks like they took a little bit of a back step. Are they going to go for it again this time around? Are there going to be any spawn peaks? Are they going to try and catch in on from the Robins off early? Especially this late in a game, it's a real double-edged sword. You get that kill, great. You're one step closer to hitting that overtime, to claiming points. Goes badly for you, the attack can very quickly move on, especially if you're running something like the roam we've sort of seen them go for, which is Ellis set kind of free to go do his own thing. You don't really want him dying early on. You want him to be around, to be a problem for longer.
Ellis just waiting at this door. I don't think they saw him on the drone there. They may have seen him there though. Potentially going to have to get a bit cautious. Although I don't think the drone did see him. So maybe waiting for a kill here, but no one's outside. One in meeting now, potentially gonna come in and kill Ellis.
Well, they are aware, very clearly. You can see Dolphin holding towards this rotation, just knowing. But there's been very little movement. I guess they're just saying, hey, if we hold the angle, we should be fine. But the moment they lose track of it, that's when everything goes wrong. It's just the rule of siege timing, right? And now we're seeing Ellis stand up, look to be a little bit aggressive. Is going to walk down the stairs. Okay, Jackal watching, the traces flying over his head. They don't get the kill, but they do get him back down into that basement. And you know what? I think that might just be enough. Both the asphyxiation bolts used, though. Do they pair that with a smoke to provide that cover? That feels like a little bit of a misuse of the utility coming in there.
I think maybe... Oh, that was a great Nitro Cell there from Haribo to take down Billy. Good start to the round. Gonna have to keep the advantage though. Haribo just being careful. Trying not to get taken down. Falxy expects someone to be here.
Now
Dolphin
just waiting.
Waiting.
E-box hatch. They know there's one in this corner behind this shield. It's Nexus again, who you really don't want to give any opportunities to. The smoke coming through to deny the long angle from Pillar. The question is it enough? Smoking the doorway is going to make walking through themselves a lot harder. Applying that pressure on the back stairs, waiting for the fire to disappear before they drop the E-box hatch, before they walk down the stairs. All at the same time, hopefully, to give themselves the best opportunity. But the swing from the Jaeger, unable to contest or give support from another position, is going to allow Nexus to take the free kill. Gets back on the shield, and there's 13 seconds for the 3 remaining attackers to make a move. The reload animation is going to leave Capital vulnerable, and Nexus does Nexus things. Another flawless round for the Dragons, another triple kill for the Jaeger from behind the same shield.
Yeah, I think Nexus playing really well there behind the shield. Seen it twice now, same position, same amount of kills. I think maybe they're going to run a Flores next time, take down that shield, because it's a bit dangerous having to walk in through there, having the cover for him to be able to just play behind, and obviously it's worked twice. Just think maybe they might even go and enter through there.
And now we hit the overtime. And defense, clearly the favored side. Dragons starting on that defense, running a very similar lineup to the last round. The change-up, Ellis not feeling the Oryx anymore. He's feeling Kavira now. And, I mean, this is... it's just the ultimate feast or famine, right? You get that interrogation, you just rocket through the round. The temporary wall hacks, perfect information, forces the attackers to basically run away from you for 20 seconds while you have the information. If it fails, you just die miserably. It's going to be one of the two.
I hope to see it work though, because obviously, if the Dragons can pull this game back and take the win, I think they'll be quite happy with themselves. I think they were 6-4 down, weren't they?
Yeah, and to pull it back, right? Good job grabbing those last 2 defensive rounds. And now you're looking at, well, it's just 2 more to go. A defense and an attack, you win. An attack and a defense, Robins win. But realistically, Dragons should be poised to take this one, especially because you're looking at the way the attack have changed things up. None of it seems too meaningful. Vivid dropping a hi in the chat, just letting everyone know that he knows. Chegg kind enough to respond. Lovely bit of pleasantry between these two teams, despite the game reaching that tense point of overtime.
We see Billy here on the Ying, but they do have Jaeger, which potentially disrupt that happening. But if the Ying does get the Candelas off, gonna be looking, but I think anyway, like the Robins could take this round if they play cleverly around the Ying.
But is the Ying going to be the first one to walk into Kavira's lair? They're still droning the top floor, still aware that there could be someone up above, and the drone should spot them out soon. But still just this patient game from Ellis. Not giving away, and the first steps in close proximity could be the opportunity to strike. Does he go for the interrogation? No, just finishes off the kill. Knows that there's another one in close proximity. The shot's coming through the wall all around. Gets the injure. They should be aware, but I don't think do they know quite just yet? I don't think they know. They'll know soon enough. They'll spot it now.
Now
Okay,
they know.
Brilliant. Okay, get the kill back. You do lose a sledge though. Do lose a set of nades.
I think maybe lack of droning there. Well, not lack of droning. Lack of droning around that corner was the issue there. Because they did drone. They were careful.
Yeah.
But not careful enough. And that takes down Sledge, who is really strong here, as most of the walls and stuff are breakable, sorry.
More importantly, Dolphin just on 12 kills, been a really big step up, but they've still got Falxy, who now makes it 14 with the kill onto Haribo. You take away that Nitro Cell as well, you clear up that pressure to start moving down Laundry Stairs. Chegg still inside a walk-in, a little bit of fire coming in from Visor and Highway Corridor, but now Moon given a lot of space to start walking on down. The Ying Candela's coming in behind to try and make this gunfight very unfair. Chegg is able to turn around and take down Billy, take down the Ying, as well as pair that with a second kill onto Falxy. Vivid moving through the site, able to spot the injured out Echo and finish off the kill, but with the timer reaching 5 seconds, Nexus grabbing the kill at the back. Vivid forced to go for the plant. Jaeger can walk down Highway, the ping's coming through, they have information from the hidden yokais. He's going to come off the plant. Dragons win the round, they put themselves on match point, and for the first time this game are in the lead over the Robins.
See the Echo yokai drone there? Really helping them out, knowing that he's planting, exactly where he's planting, and that gives them the win. I think really great usage of the drone there.
Now, Dragons just have to win one attacking round. Can they win one attacking round? They won 2 last time. Is this going to be one of those 2? They're attacking onto dorms. Now, historically, not a site that's done very well for the attacking prowess of the Dragons. They attacked it twice, they lost attacking it twice. The Frostmat coming out as well now, so all the tricks being shown by the Robins just to try and sway this game in some sort of unfavorable way, hoping to catch players off with tricks and traps. We've seen the cap cans work for them so far. The lineup looking very familiar coming out for the most part, but you're seeing a couple quirky changes. The Maverick stays, the Os is returning, the Capital, sure. Grim and Amaru. Grim and Amaru, Jude.
Well, we've seen Grim has actually been buffed recently.
Yeah.
And is quite strong now, I think. And obviously that Amaru, got to be careful, got to drone before going in. As if they do get taken down instantly, not really going to go to their favour at 7-6 up, but I think they know this. They're going to try and play a little bit more safer here. Just going to try and secure the win.
The question for me is, where is this Amaru designed? Where is it going to be sent? Is it going to be the hatch? That's the classic one, I feel like, for this, right? You go into kitchen, you get the hatch. The first little trip going through onto Haribo, so already caught off by the cap cans, but better to get caught out by a single one than learn later into the round when, oh, I just died to a double, and now we've got 15 seconds left and we're trying to push into sight, right? Now there's a little bit of time for them to take into consideration the fact that they have to look at the lower down parts of these doorways to not lose their life preemptively. Visor ready on the window repair. They have Nexus holding the long angle, making sure no one else can vault up into Attic to apply pressure onto Visor from this window. And with a quick little punch and shot, going to be able to get the opening pick, using the smoke to give themselves a little bit of cover as Nexus still trying to find a way to get into pit, to get into Attic, to start to apply some pressure. The first asphyxiation bolt being used to force Mr. Moon back, as the Bucks just going to walk on up, but get taken down.
I think maybe going to go for the, as you said, through the hatch and go for the plant. But that is a huge kill there for Dolphin onto Visor. They got 3 waiting outside now. Here comes the bees. And the Amaru going in, gets the first, gets a second. 3 versus 1 for the Dragons. Just Dolphin left. Few cap cans around the place though. Could maybe take someone down. Oh, great nitro cell there. Looking to plant. Dolphin probably knows this though. Found the bomb. First kill. Ellis takes him down. Ellis, that was huge plays there from the Amaru. Although you do have to question the defense there, not hearing that, and obviously not taking it down.
Just chaos, right? You throw out the bees, you're throwing out other pieces of utility. That's what the design behind the Capital was, I think, right? You have the smokes, the fires, just to drag them back as much as you can. But ultimately, just able to win it out. And like you said, great job to get in the window, takes down the Jaeger. Echo still on cameras because you're so low down in time on the round, right? You're looking at 15 seconds, 20 seconds left. You're waiting for those yokais to hit their peak efficiency. Catches them off guard, takes that threat away, and you're able to take home the round pretty comfortably after you get that in, right? If you can pull off an Amaru execute with wall hacks from the bees, turns out that's pretty good.
Yeah, I think, although it did work, maybe shouldn't have worked. Although obviously with all the grim bees going about the place, they are being very careful. They have to sit in corners, stay away from them, and that is actually what led the Amaru being able to get the 2 kills and eventually the 3rd. In that round.
Well, a big win for the Dragons, who now gain that point advantage, gain that position in the standings over the Robins. But we still have one more game, Jude, later on this evening. The Swans making their reappearance to try and see if they can take down the winners from our last game. The Dragons will be back as well. But we have a short break just to give the teams, ourselves, and you a break in between the action to go get some drinks or some snacks or something fun in between. So we will be back very shortly, but we are going to go to a little bit of a break. We'll catch you back for the last game of the evening after that.
Gonna be the only one. can tell myself I'm better off without you. I can tell myself I'm better off alone. But I tell myself that no one cares, and I'll keep keeping on. 'Cause sometimes I wonder why I care. Yeah, yeah, yeah. change like the weather. You are the devil, you change like the weather. You are the devil, you change like the weather. You are the devil, you change like the weather. You are the devil, you change like the weather. You are the devil, you change like the weather. You are the devil, you change like the weather. You are the devil, you change like the weather. I am my own enemy. You are the devil. can tell myself I'm better off without you. I can tell myself I'm better off alone. But I tell myself that no one cares, and I'll keep keeping on. 'Cause sometimes I wonder why I care. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I gonna be the only one. Oh, you're not fooling anyone with that disguise. And would you believe I still see snake eyes?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back once again. Thank you for bearing with us through a slightly extended break. Classic technical stuff on the server end, but we are back for another game this evening. It's going to be the Dragons returning after their victory earlier in the day, taking on the Swans. Now, Jude, we talked about this before with the Robins and the Swans.
Yeah.
You know, another one of these matchups where it's two birds, this time two winged animals. The Dragons, traditionally, I don't think anyone's going to be very upset with me for saying this. Traditionally, Dragons would take a Swan in a one-on-one, I think.
Yeah, I think that's a valid,
Don't think that's going to be a
valid
hot take.
prediction. However,
How...
yeah, in Rainbow Six Siege terms, I don't think that's the case. Maybe we have a massive swan or something, and a tiny dragon, because we know how strong the Swans are. They won quite a lot this season. I believe they won last season overall on the points. And I think potentially going to dominate this game.
Potentially. I think the Swans, look, they're the favourites coming into the league. We talk about this every time we see the Swans. They're a team you can never count out. And with that Thatcher being banned away on Clubhouse, it's going to require the Dragons to be a little bit more comfortable finding alternative ways to getting open a lot of these key breaches. And obviously, we've already seen from the side of the Dragons that they're willing to run the Maverick. We saw Nexus running it last game, plenty of times on Oregon. I'm sure they'll be happy to bring it back again. The Osa ban's a little bit more interesting to me. And I think you're looking at the ability to hold down a lot of space with these Talonates once you've had these external breaches opened up. I do like this change. I like the ban away. You get it out the hand of the opponents, and they've also taken off that Cade. So one of those tools that you'd often want the Thatcher for, not going to be a problem for them this time out.
Yeah, I think the OSA ban really important, because if you're going to be playing on the balcony on into CCTV, OSA is really strong out there. So having no OSA on the balcony, it makes it quite difficult to defend off. And obviously, mirror, being able to put the mirror in bathroom, looking out towards gym hallway, that's a really strong spot. Put it. Makes it difficult to breach in. If you do breach in, you're going to be able to watch it.
Basement as well, another one where you're just going to want to be able to have that available to yourself. You're just going to want to be able to get that information towards main stairs. People will put them in blue and denying that. Interestingly, though, Spat going to be the first player to bring out Fenrir tonight. We saw a little bit of Fenrir last week. A smidgen here and there with teams trying it out, trying to get a grip of what they might have to do with the operator. Bringing it out on the first round on a stock defense is a little bit interesting.
I think probably a good play, though, because being able to take away a long range of sight with the Fenrir ability is going to be quite useful, because they can play further back and maybe get some better kills. Some easier kills, sorry. Straight away, Matty going for spawn peak. Unfortunate not to kill anyone, but does take Haribo to half HP.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of damage themselves, but you're okay with that. If needed, you've got Matthew who can stim you up on that dock. Don't think that's going to be the case, though. It's only 10 points of damage. You'll be fine. Snap a little, just, you know, give you a little rub on the shoulder and you'll be back to fighting form. Matthew is going to get injured out, heal himself, and escape. Meanwhile, Vabs, with the ACS, is going to grab a kill. The opening kill, finishing off Haribo, who was injured earlier on. I don't know what Doc's doing up here with the shotgun, but all of the Swans getting very aggressive into the Dragons here.
I think, yeah, they want to take a quick lead. Another kill there coming in for Jaff. And Vabs goes down.
Stim him up.
Matthew maybe going to look for a revive. There it is. 2 versus 5 now. Ched gets taken down by Spack. Looking quite difficult for the Dragons to attack here.
It's just this early pressure, and you've seen the value that Matthew's been able to get out of this dock, right? Stimmed himself up from injured once. stimmed himself basically to full HP a second time, then gotten Vabs up a third. Like, that's 3 great uses of a very actively demanding gadget. Now you're just waiting. What do you do here as the remaining dragons, right? 2 versus 5. You haven't gotten inside the building yet. It's a struggle. It's a real struggle. I don't envy them in this position.
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty difficult to play off of. They're going to have to maybe go for a different angle. Here they come around the back of the building. Going to maybe try and get in sneakily. Find a kill. Oh, that's 1 down. Ellis knocked on the floor. They might go for finish here, but Nexus inside the building. 5 enemies. Gotta get them all taken down. Not looking like an easy job. We can see how Nexus plays this out.
Gets 1.
Entering onto pool table. Here's an enemy flanking. Unfortunate to look away. Wrong timing to look away. And of course, Vabs comes in. And that's the first round going to the Swans.
Just pure aggression, right? They only get into the building right at the end. They do get 1 kill, so they deny the flawless, but effectively just cut down completely. They win that stock defense, and we never really saw what the design behind that was, outside of just being right in your face. They pick an off of site, right? So now they win off of that pure aggression, gunfights to spawn kills, just complete chaos. And they still have the sort of default sites, your gym and your basement, to fall back to later on. CCTV, I'd look at the site that I'd say the Dragons are really going to stand a chance of taking away from the Swans, just because it's such a well-understood site from an attacking perspective, right? It's been theory crafted into oblivion, where teams should have a good understanding of what they need to do. I'm not saying you should be able to do it every time, and especially against a team like the Swans, who will have plans to sort of counteract against that. But it's the one where I'd be looking for the best odds outside of maybe VAR. Get it out the way. Now you move on. And it's Jim again, and you can see some interesting lineup changes already coming in. They're bringing in the Frost, a classic on this site. Matty on that castle. So using this gadget to try and funnel the direction of the Dragons.
Yeah, I think Frost is going to be... Okay. Matthew takes down Ellis straight away. Swans once again going aggressive. Matthew finds another. Is he going to jump out? Yes, he is. Taken down. I think that's not really the smartest move there. He gets 2, gets a little bit cocky. And I think probably deserves to get taken down there for doing that move.
Jumping out with the shotgun in hand. Yeah, cocky can sum that one up. Smack taking the challenge out to the other spawn now on top of the red shed. Well, you've just lost 2 members pretty early on, and you've also lost Nexus. You've lost your ace, your only form of hard breach. So again, another one of these rounds where the Dragons making it to the building, but not in a full or even healthy form. The drone information coming through just to try and say, hey, is this approach going to be clean? Is there anyone else waiting around the corner? The answer to that is, of course, yes. They're going to go and drop onto the balcony anyway. No logistics to worry about. Tarabo trying to move onto the window outside, maybe, to give that crossfire option. Going to drop onto the balcony, perhaps, instead. I mean, where do you go here as the Dragons?
Yeah, it's a tough situation again. Another really aggressive start from the Swans. I'm not sure how the Dragons are going to combat this, to be honest. Because it's happened twice now. Just getting demolished as soon as the round starts. And of course, just winning off of it. It's unexpected. Not quite sure what's happening there with Vabs waiting outside. Does get a bit of damage off though on check.
He is landing his shots. And with the distraction going on, Spack just jumping out onto Haribo, and Chegg not really sure where to go to from here, and understandably so. This is one of those rounds you're looking at, you're just thinking, how the hell have I found myself in this situation? Still Vabs waiting for the challenge from the roof. Chegg looks like he's just going to wait out the timer. Just gonna sit this one out. And can you blame him, Jude? Can you blame him?
Yeah, I think it's quite unfortunate, really, that they're getting all these like picks instantly. Although, I think next round, this won't happen again. It's happened twice in a row. They're going to be so careful of just the spawn peaks. Obviously, this round we got Matthew, we got 2 or 3 picks. Literally a couple seconds into the round. Then we're wondering, how the hell has this happened? And how are we going to combat it?
Yeah. It's just one of those ones where you're just thinking that's a little bit peak to try and deal with. And obviously the Swans, very strong team, very mechanically gifted team. And a team that's had a long history of playing together, right? They are the core from the Swansea University squad. Coming into the Swans, they last season's champions. The roster hasn't really changed at all since last season. You're seeing the same faces come back. It's expected that the game is going to start off. And every game we've seen teams take on the Swans, it's always started off this way. Always started off a little bit slow. The question is, how many rounds are they going to pick up by the end? We saw the Goats have a good swing at it. They got 3 rounds off of the Swans. That didn't come till a bit later on. And then you had the side swap. You're looking at a map like Clubhouse. These attacks are going to be a little bit difficult. If you know what you're doing, if you're well drilled, you can have some real good success. But
Yeah,
if
we
not,
just saw... Oh, sorry.
no, just saying, if not, it's always going to be a bit harder to try and break through. And I think that's what we're seeing from the Dragons. Just unable to sort of break the early round.
Yeah, so we just saw there the Dragons requesting a timeout and getting it. They're going to be discussing what can we do next time to make sure it doesn't all crumble instantly. Because that's really been the key here to the Swans opening up the match and making it 2-0 instantly. Just getting a few picks early on into the round, leaving the Dragons in 2 players. They've got to go two players inside the building. Really difficult to attack in those sort of situations. And once again, 3 people here on the front door. Again, maybe too aggressive. See how this plays out.
The
I'm
Kona
sure
Station
what that
being
strategy
dropped.
is.
This is a very feast or famine strategy here, right? You have the Kona Station, so you'll get shot, you'll get a bit, but they've abandoned it. What is I'm so baffled right now. Spack able to get a pick onto Visor. That's a start for him, 4-0 already, so hardly touched by the opponent this game, already just running back down to the basement to keep himself alive. The run out from the garage door being pinged out, a couple wallbangs tried to go through. They've spotted the Kona stations down outside the front. Are they going to be able to see Vabs? He's in the corridor. He's right next to you. But Harigo going down inside the dirt. Nexus is able to get the pick onto Swan and pick him back up. But Jaff very quick to move into the position, turning it into a meat grinder. No. Gets one and again traded out. But Matthew with the smoke canister able to finish off the Maverick, leaving both of these remaining 2 attackers worse for wear.
Yeah, we just saw then Jaff going in. A lot of damage onto everyone, really. Maybe they're going to be trying to go for those Kona stations out the front to try and heal up, if they are aware of them. However, unsure whether they know. Diffuser down in dirt. It's going to be pretty difficult to attack through here.
I also hadn't clocked that the Toxic Babe got thrown from the master bedroom stairs.
Oh, okay, 3v1. Matthew again, using the shotty, taking down pretty much everyone he sees. Been really strong this game.
Yeah, and another defensive round where the Swans just aggressive, in your face, just challenging you to gunfights. And it's what a team can do when they are just confident in their aim, confident in the gun skill. Confidence, right? That's really all you can say for the Swans here. They are just taking it to them. And even players who you're sometimes not expecting to be up in the face of their opponent so early on, right? Spack, not someone who's often going to be going for these spawn peaks. He's willing to risk it here. He's willing to take a chance. It's kind of paying off for him.
Yeah, I think this time they might have to run with some nades. Because obviously if they're going to be going for those crazy spawn peaks, you're going to want to take them down. As we saw last round with the Kona station and stuff like that. 2 people waiting. If one person cooks a nade and manages to get those 2 kills at the start of the round, could really win them the game. Oh, the round, sorry.
back down to Barnes. Nope, it's not. It's Cash. Thought they might go back down, but they're going for the full 4. Opening up the wall into construction as well. A little bit quirky. I think quirky is going to be the best way to describe the sort of rest of this defensive half, if I'm being completely honest. The spawn being watched. They see the opening, get a little bit of damage into the arm of Jaff, but not enough to collect themselves a kill. They might come back to haunt them.
Yeah. I think they knew that was going to happen. It's expected. It's happened 3 rounds in a row. Pulse outside of the building. They're going to know he's entering towards a strip club. They're going to know. Stay away from that. Here's Matthew going for a peek. Unfortunately, not to get killed there. Maybe they should have killed him. Sorry. Nexus though finds the first kill of the round. Dragons finally with an advantage in the players. Not anymore. Spack just takes down Ellis. Don't think he droned in there, leading him to die.
I really do not know what to say here, right? Because it just feels like everywhere that the Dragons go, there's someone waiting for them. And yeah, they had the pick, getting the kill onto Matthew, but Spatched in a position just to immediately grab the kill on the pressure coming in through the basement. Matty still hiding away on the server rack, ready to swing out and challenge onto the main breach and get a kill. No, not quite. It's taken down. Nexus living on 1 HP. But that's all the important part done. He's now creeping up into Garage as well. Vabs down below could play a bit of upset here. If he can stay alive, if he isn't detected or spotted out. With Visor now applying that pressure on the window, things getting a little bit more tense for the side of the Swans.
Yeah, I think we could see here, potentially, Vab's going to play under with the cardiac sensor, and he's going to go for a C4. Finds a kill, though. Finds 2. Knows there's 1 in Garage. That being Haribo. Taken down by Vabs. And our final person, Chegg. Can he clutch 3v1? No, he can't. Vabs. The amount of value he just got there. Incredible.
Yeah, most pulses would be underneath, right? Waiting patiently, using that cardiac sensor, gathering information, deny the plant with a nitro cell, be a valuable team member. Vabs instead just walks past the breach and kills 4 players for fun. And that's Vabs. What can you say? What can you say other than that is just what Vabs will do sometimes? And now the Swans, right? Winning that round, the Dragons. It's the first time they've looked properly like they had control. They had breach open. They killed players underneath. They killed a player inside a server. They start moving through Garage. They have a good spread of positioning. And then they just die to gunfights. It's just the aggression coming in from Swans. Just a little bit too much for them to deal with.
Yeah, we've seen the Swans so far. Super aggressive. Oh, getting some technical difficulties for some of the players here. No sound. Potentially gonna have to go to a rehost. Let's see what happens. However, as I was saying, super aggressive from the Swans. They've got that ability to be able to take enemies on a one-on-one. Their aim, very strong. Vab's almost taken down, going for the spawn peak. I think fairly aggressive this round. This game, sorry. Matthew gets punished for it, though. Could see Vabs going down soon as well. Low on HP. They may be wondering, is he going to stay downstairs or is he going to run back up? Just waiting in Garage, watching over.
They have the opening pit this time, as well as lots of damage onto Vabs. So, good potential for them here. I say that as Jaff is able to catch out Ellis. Things starting to feel maybe a little worse, but Vabs running right into line of sight. And Nexus is something you will not be complaining about. Matty continuing to get aggressive onto the A, spots out the leg and finishes off the kill, bringing it back down to the 3 versus 3. And remember, it's Bar this time around as well, with the pressure coming now from inside a strip. The Capcan trap going to give the injure onto Chegg. The breach opened up, but with the vision, the smoke, you can look through it. You're Warden.
I think he could have maybe waited there to watch if they do go for a revive. Could have been a little bit patient, however, just wants to take that kill to make it into a 3 versus 2 advantage. And they're going to have to be careful of Kalkan traps now. Oh, careful from above on the hatch from Spack. And now Haribo left in a 3 versus 1. Has to plant the diffuser soon as well. Looks like they're just going to try and rush him. And it works. Spack going crazy. Shaking his screen around. But that kill from above there through the hatch. Really, really strong angle for him.
And round 6, 5-0 to the Swans. The rehost, is the rehost still needed? We can pause the lobby now. We can just get them to disconnect and rejoin, as the audio is still playing up. But, I mean, look, there's not much to say so far, right? It's been a very one-sided affair for the side of the Swans, and to be honest, I don't see this slowing down anytime soon.
Yeah, I think potentially going to go to 6-0 here. And then I think it's going to go to 7-0. Swans we've just seen today, so aggressive, so powerful. Their aim has been amazing, being able to take down anyone who comes into their line of sight. And as we saw previously with the Pulse, 4 kills in 1 round, unstoppable.
Yeah, there's just been lots of big stand-up moments for different players on the Swansea team, right? You've had Matthew jumping, getting a double kill on the spawn peak. Does jump out and die, but, it happens to the best of us. Vabs, 4K, like you mentioned. Spack's been putting up kills in all of these rounds, 8 now in the 5 rounds we've played, so really big again. And I think it's been difficult for the Dragons, right? Because every round they're met with gunfire as soon as they spawn in. And they're getting caught off by it. And there's a lot of cheese coming out from Swansea, and it is difficult to deal with. But if they can try and put up a couple rounds, try and get a couple rounds, I think it'd be really strong for them.
What is Jaff right in here?
Is it a face?
I think it's a smiley face.
Smiley face, love the stuff.
Showing a bit of confidence there. Oh, Matthew straight away. Another spawn peak. I think maybe been, as I've said it a lot of times today, but sloppiness again. Just getting taken down on spawn peaks every round. They should maybe wait outside, maybe drone for a bit, and then they can enter. Nexus though takes down Matthew. See Vabsy on the Clash.
They don't have a breach.
Strong pick here.
The Clash is their breach. The Clash is their breach. Not something I could say you'd expect to see in Invite, a SI, or a Major. But you know what? The Swans clearly have a vision for how they want to play this game. Matty is going to get caught out by Nexus, though, so double kill for him so far in the round. Playing outside on the balcony, he's just trying to contest. It looked like a bit of misinformation coming in from Vabs on that Clash, who has the Super Shorty as their pocket weapon. So, not going to be able to challenge on these longer lines of sight if they come off of that shield. Jaff going to be the next one to try and take on Zofia. Going to back away when they realise that they're playing the head angle.
Yeah, I think Nexus maybe calling out his team to go on the flank on the Clash. They go for it, but Spack knows that's going to happen, and he takes it down. But Visor takes him down as well. 3 versus 2 for the Dragons. Looking good for them. Visor has to kill a Clash. Babs on 1 HP. Tough situation to be in, but did take down the ace. Sledge here now.
I never thought I'd see the day EMP sledges save a life. But the EMP sledge has, in fact, prevented the taser from being used on Vabs' shield to buy a little bit more time for this ace, who will be dealt with pretty swiftly. But now, a second EMP coming through means that he can push up to the shield if he wants to. How's Vabs going to play himself out of this corner? Nexus watching from the long angle, moving out to Logistics doorway, gets a couple hits in, but can't land the shots required. And Jaff, just walking in from the sidelines, is going to get the kill. Nexus on 1 HP is going to die to the tase coming in And the last explosive round used, that could have been the salvation, that could have gotten the kill onto Vabs, who's now just going to sit on this diffuser, dude. And I think that's going to be the end of the round.
Yeah, Swan's really aggressive. Yep, there's Vabs getting the kill with the Clash Shield. Just super aggressive plays, and it's all paying off for them. I think a lot of confidence this week from them.
Yeah, a lot of confidence, and they're just walking forwards. That's the main thing. They're just going straight into your opponent, which poses the question: what happens now when you have to go onto the attack? What do you see? Instantly, the Sense and the Grim, Amaru,
Yeah,
some
Amaru
some
maybe.
quick operators.
Yeah, I think maybe they're just going to go all in and just rush it here. Amaru potentially, as we saw last game, could be a huge pick. Being able to get multiple kills at once. And I'm not quite sure how the Dragon's gonna play this out. Although they are playing basement, so Amaru may not be as much of a hassle as expected.
A couple traps with the Capcan that can work, but Church Arsenal. Did you think they changed the Amaru when it's Church Arsenal? Do you think you change, or do you think they're just gonna rock it anyway, just going for a window?
We could actually see that happen. Maybe try and kill a Roma if they are roaming upstairs. And if they do stick on it, we could maybe see them playing from above then, if they do get the plant down.
You can take hard breach charges, right? You can open a hatch and drop a hatch rather than climbing up one. Still an
Yeah.
option. Was kind of hoping we'd see a blitz maybe. Big fan of the shields.
Yeah, but,
We saw
well,
the Clash.
potentially Babs could go on to Blitz if they do decide to switch off of Amaru. That would be quite an interesting play. Just see them running down at
Do
everyone
it,
on
do
the
it.
Dragons.
Bring us blitz. Give us blitz. The Dragon
Although they-
setup, I do like what we're seeing from the Dragon setup, right? They've put in the castle on the middle floor to try and just slow things down, give the roamers a little bit of space by bar. I don't know if it's going to be too relevant. I don't know what to expect from the Swans here, whether they're going to just funnel in down blue, whether we're going to see a more standard take, but reinforcing off the hatch, the shotgun coming in for Matthew already, just feeding into the Jaeger of Nexus, who's going to grab a quick double kill and make away like a bandit. Brilliant opener for them.
Babs going straight upstairs. Got a Supernova. And there it is, Supernova coming in to take down Visor. Haribo team kills Ellis. Unsure what quite happened there.
And now it's Haribo just trying to make up for that by getting some damage out onto the opponents instead. Matty is kind of low after their last engagement. But back down to that 3 versus 3. So Nexus is hard work off the rip. Not looking like it's going to last forever anymore. And looking at the potential option for Vabs to use the stun grenade to give a bit of cover to run on down. The Tracer's flying through but not quite connecting with him as he's just running into Moto instead. Got the headlight hole. He's going to get the injure. Has to be careful of any Capcan traps, but there's none there. Inside of sight with the shotgun. Going to swing around the side and get the down onto Haribo as well. The last player, it's the Jaeger. It's Nexus back in the corner, and Matty will finish him off just holding down with that drum magazine. A swift win for the Swans. A 7-0 victory. And honestly, they just looked very good. They just looked very confident in their gunfights, very strong, and, well, they ended it quickly.
Yeah, I think they did quite well on the defense there. Obviously, getting the early picks off every single round. Could maybe say the Dragons shouldn't have been dying straight off the bat. Had they been more careful, just waited in spawn, droned around for a bit, and then walked in, maybe reducing the chances of dying to spawn peak, which happened, I think, every single round, actually, they died to spawn peak. That was a really big weakness in their attacks.
You heard it here first, folks. If you want to win more games of Siege, take Jude's advice. Don't die. Just It's as simple as that. Just don't die. But I mean, yeah, it was crazy. The amount of spawn peaks they were committing to. You'd see 3-4 players all on different doors, different windows, runouts. I mean, it's a lot to deal with. And the Dragons, a team that are coming in kind of fresh, still trying to find their footing on the league. And you know what? It's been a good season for them, right? They got their win earlier today. They finish in third place, I want to say. So that's pretty solid for them. I mean, that's okay. You'll be happy with that. But the Swans,
I think,
just still crazy.
I think when you come up against the Swans, you're not going to be feeling the most confident because everyone knows the most dominant team in the league. Yeah. And obviously, they just showed it then. 7-0 against a team who just won 8-6. Tight match previously on Oregon.
Yeah.
Not so tight this time on Clubhouse.
No. Unfortunately not for them. But you know what? It's been a good game for them, right? They had their win earlier today. They looked good in that. Some real moments of promise. Always going to be a tough one against the Swans. You kind of know coming into that one you're going to lose, and to see the Swans be as bold and aggressive as they were on a map like Clubhouse, which, I mean, I kind of thought the Clubhouse would be one of those maps that gets banned out because you just don't want to give people the comfortable maps. They made Clubhouse very uncomfortable for the Dragons, and that's something that will not happen to you very often. It's unfortunate that it does, but that's just the Swans showing what they can truly do and just continuing to run away with things.
Yeah, I think the Dragons, obviously losing 7-0, it's not going to be too fun playing against that. But obviously taking the win earlier, I think obviously losing, not great, but I think they'll be happy with their performances today.
Yeah, definitely. And, I mean, you're looking at how things have played out now. I believe that is the end of the season. I think we've hit all our games. And the Swans, comfortably at the top, right? They were tied with the Goats coming into this final game. The Goats having that one game that they played ahead of them, so the game in hand, with the win. That puts them at 7 wins, 0 losses, and 0 draw, putting them at 21 points, clear at the top of the table. Dragons, they will finish third. The Goats came in second, so a team that we saw doing good, trying to keep up that chase last week. But again, congratulations to the Swans, who once again have just been a dominant force throughout the season.
Yeah, Swans showing their dominance every single week, and I think they deserve to win it.
Yeah, I mean, they're the favourites coming in for a reason. They've looked very strong all season long. But you know what? The Goats, a team that I thought looked great last week, had some good showings. So for them to come away second, brilliant stuff for them. The Dragons, the Robins, the Pirates finish out the rest, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. We saw good moments from all of those teams. I hope that, we see Season 3 roll around. Hope to see some of these players back again. Because this is the thing, right, Jude? The more you play, the more experience you gather. And the longer these teams have a foundational core, like we saw with the Goats. They kept the same 3-player core from last season, make a couple changes. It really adds to the dynamic of the squad. And you come back, you look a little bit stronger, you move yourself up the standings. Goats went from 6th to 2nd.
Yeah, it's quite impressive, to be honest. Going up 4 spaces in the next season is just really powerful gameplay from them.
Yeah, brilliant stuff. But, Jude, unfortunately, that is everything we have here tonight for Rainbow Six. Still got more coming in the future. But that'll be other games, other titles, not Rainbow Six. Tomorrow night, I want to say it's not Call of Duty, CSGO. So there's that to look forward to if you're a CSGO fan tomorrow. Overwatch on Thursday, and some Dota? Is Dota? There's a game on Friday as well. Don't know what that one is, but thank you very much for joining us here this evening. I've been Golden Molly, joined again by Jude. Jude, anything you want to say before we say sayonara for the evening?
I say well done to the Goats. GG, great season. Oh, Goats as well. Swans, everyone, I think pretty good seasons overall. Just well done.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations to our Season 2 champions and Season 1 champions, the Swans. Maybe they'll take Season 3 and make it the treble. But until then, we will have to say goodnight to you. So thank you very much for joining us, and we wish you the best of evenings. Take care, everyone.